guys are so funny. You're trying to get me to do this stupid shit. And
She just whispered, "I'm a bad bitch," for anyone who didn't hear. Stop. 420.
I'm lit at Disney.
And the kids asleep in the bath.
There we go.
A ball sack station.
That's what a business owner looks like.
Are you gonna start?
I like this, whatever this was. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Tattoo Homewreckers. I just got really distracted by how crooked all the paintings are behind.
Oh, yeah,
the
this
camera.
entire Airbnb. Okay, welcome back to Tattoo Homewreckers, a podcast where we talk about tattoos, not super often, but occasionally, life, and everything in between. I forgot our catchphrase there. My name is Lou, and I am joined today in this white void. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're just listening, then the audio probably sounds a little weird because we are still in the Airbnb from hell.
Yes.
Actually, it's probably not the worst Airbnb we stayed at, but it's pretty fucking bad. And so that's why we sound a little bit weird. But this is my best friend Callista, the Cal to my Callie Lou's. And we were going to talk about basically about the crashing of America, but I don't want to do that to you guys. So instead, we're going to go with my favorite format, which is we just ask each other questions and then go off on random tangents.
Period.
So this is a great, we're going to try our best to just keep it good and happy. You guys will be hearing this and will have just landed in New Zealand. So yeah, when this is released, and then we'll come out with an episode of what it was like. And then you guys can all harass Callista to get the vlog out. So that you can, experience all the stuff that we've recorded that hasn't yet been turned into a vlog.
Exactly.
But we are still in the past currently. We are not in the future, which means I'm going to ask you a question about tomorrow.
Absolutely.
We did just drop the dogs off, so we are a little bit sad.
Yeah. Try not to be a baby about it.
Yep. You can be a baby about it. We just have to also be happy for people as well.
You're right.
What are you looking forward to about Disney tomorrow?
Oh my God.
Because you and I get to go Callie Lou's tattoos at Disney.
We do.
Yeah.
First of all, Double P Signs Up Lou is the Lou that's at Disney or Universal Park, which is fucking hilarious because it just genuinely means, okay, fuck it. We're just going to fucking do whatever we want.
Yeah. No, I have no responsibilities when I'm at the
Exactly.
park. I get to do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly. So I'm excited about Double P Signs Up Lou. As far as the rides go, we're going during Lunar New Year, so the rides don't change, but there's fun Asian foods there, which is great. And then
As far as the rides go.
Really hope that the Cars ride will be open.
Nice.
We're putting it out in the universe. It will be open. We will be able to ride it at least once.
Because it's going to be drizzly and rainy tomorrow.
And that's one of the rides that they're no, it's so much faster when it's rainy. So they just close it down. Which is
Yeah.
funny.
Oh my God. I forgot. We also did, we did Universal day before yesterday.
We did, yeah.
And the Mummy ride, we got to ride it all by ourselves.
Just the three of us?
Just the three of us at the end of the day. It did demand a sacrifice. Kabusen had to drive back the next day to get his sunglasses.
That's how you know it was a good trip, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
It demanded, but it was just the three of us. And when it's just the three of you as the only people on that ride, when you go backwards, it's incredibly scary quiet. And then when you're turning, it was just silence. It was insane.
It was so freaky.
And if you do know, I know some about roller coasters, but it definitely felt a lot faster when it was just the three of us.
There's nobody else on it. It's just three of us.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be 20 people per ride.
Yeah, it was great. And we rode it 3 times yesterday because that's my favorite ride. So it's saying goodbye to America. I was hey, I have to ride the Mummy ride.
Tits. It's such a good ride.
That's the ride that I discovered. Well, you pointed out to me. You discovered that I love roller coasters.
Roller coasters, yeah. Because Lou was I don't like roller coasters. Then we went on the Mummy. I was bitch, that was a roller coaster.
It's so much fun.
Oh
and
my
indoor
God.
roller coaster is my favorite. It's by far my favorite. Because you can't see anything, so you can't plot anything out.
No.
Also, they're never as high. But you can get a lot of speed on those
So
bad boys.
much
And if you
speed.
can't see what's coming, that's also why I like indoor roller coasters. Because I like the black and you can't see anything. So you just have to just be a part of the ride.
Yeah,
Just succumb to it.
What are you excited about,
so
Disney?
you said the Cars ride?
Yes.
Perfect. Ooh, it's in between. Obviously, Goofy's Sky School, because that's like my favorite. Because that one scares me, and I genuinely think we're gonna actually die every time.
I cried on that one first time we went on.
It's really scary. But I like the bobsled one.
Mm-hmm.
The Everest, is it?
Yeah, Everest. That one's really fun.
That's like one of my favorites that you and I will like run over there at the end of the night and then be like, we have to ride it.
Woo!
But because it is Lunar New Year, we are starting in California Adventures in the morning. Then we'll go over, basically close Disneyland. So like whenever. And then for any last like nighttime Cars rides, we'll pop right back over.
Exactly. Because the nighttime Cars rides are dope.
Yeah.
The Incredicoaster is also fucking awesome. So that's what I'm excited about.
And it's nice because when it's the two of us, we don't give a fuck about like running from ride to ride or like backtracking.
No, we just kind of go.
Yeah.
It's so chaotic.
it's just chaos. It's
We
just
should
all
do
over
this
the
one.
place.
Yeah.
It's great. But other than that, do you want to fucking do questions?
Absolutely. Here, I'll start.
Okay.
our
This
first
is
question.
allegedly, according to Pinterest, because y'all know I'm a little Pinterest person, best would you rather questions. And like always, I haven't proofread shit.
So who knows?
I read the very first question and I say, okay, sounds good to me.
Who knows what you would get? The first one is, would you rather have a personal chef or a personal chauffeur?
Personal chef, 100%.
Chauffeur.
I'm so happy to drive.
I do not want to drive.
I do not want to cook for myself at all, like ever. Maybe that's our Airbnb person giving us back our trash can.
Thank God.
They keep stealing the fucking trash can.
Dude.
Like, we're supposed to be able to take out our own trash. No trash can. No bin liners. No dryer sheets. No dish detergent. Luckily, I just happened to bring an entire bottle of dish detergent.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad and I didn't want to throw it away when we moved out of our house.
Dude, and the towels are like really manky. So I'm really weird about showering in new places. And so this trip, I was like, oh, I'm bringing a towel. And Lou and Caboose were like, oh, why? And I was like, I don't know, maybe it'll help. You know, because I'm going to be away from my home shower forever now.
Yes.
I have to find a new home shower. So I was like, maybe it'll help me like get used to showering again. And thank God that we brought towels.
Yeah, I brought towel then because we had them from obviously like we had to live in the house for a couple days after the movers.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm just going to bring them. She said she's bringing hers. So if anything, we'll just get rid of it in LA.
Totally.
And I'm so thankful because, yeah, everything. It's one of those Airbnbs that looks really pretty in pictures. And then you get it here and you're like, manky.
Yeah.
Just dingy, like dirty, gross.
Yeah, when you get down to it, like you don't want to like live here. You know?
No, I have mopped the floor multiple times. I've rewashed all their dishes because what the fuck is that, by the way? Can somebody please explain to me if you know someone or you are someone that puts dirty dishes away, what the fuck is that? Because these aren't like, they're not even dishes that have been put through the dishwasher.
No.
And again, if you have a dishwasher, invest in good dish soap because that's going to be what's going to like actually get your shit clean.
Yeah.
That's my random tangent. But I do want to know because we've been in multiple Airbnbs that are people's homes. And you will like open a drawer and there's like an obviously used spoon that has like butter and shit on it that someone just put away. Perfectly fucking dirty. Just like, here you go. We'll put it in with the rest of the clean stuff.
So gross.
So I don't understand it. Okay, so you'd rather have a personal chauffeur? I mean, it makes sense.
I hate driving.
I'm your chauffeur and you're my chef.
I appreciate that. Okay, question though
What?
about the chef thing. Would you, if you had a personal chef and you were like hiring them and whatnot, would you want to like see what they are making the week beforehand, like a menu spreadsheet, or would you
No.
like it just to be like, oh, you have 2 options today?
Oh,
This for lunch or that for lunch, or do you want any options? It's
I
just,
don't want
this
any
is-
options.
Okay, nice.
I
This
want
is
that
what's for
person to
lunch.
just be like, okay, kind of like what happens with you. You just know my safe foods for the week. And then like, or like Caboose will stock up my safe foods.
Yep.
And so obviously it would just be lots of fruits, veggies.
Yeah. Protein
And
in
then,
there.
yeah. And then like they're just like creatively getting protein in. And then I would like for my chef, I don't know how like personal chefs work. I would like for my personal chef to be able to maybe like, I think that was great. Could we add corn next time? And they won't get upset.
Yeah. And so they're like noted.
Yeah.
They just put corn in everything.
Yes, I love corn.
It's so good. Corn is
So
delicious.
like just add corn to stuff. But yeah, as long as I was getting like, yeah, a couple of meals. I only really need 2 meals a day, but I need some fruit and veggies on every meal to feel like a human being.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want my chauffeur to pick me up in a like limo situation. I'd like a small car.
Yeah,
situation.
like a regular ass car.
Yeah, just a regular
What color?
car. Black or white. Something fancy.
Ew, I was like, you're so bougie.
Yeah, if I have like a chauffeur at that point, yeah, I want to be fancy.
Oh no, I want them to pick me up in like a Toyota Corolla.
Oh my God.
Just something super.
That'd be hella funny.
Actually, I think if I had to have a chauffeur, that's the question. If I had to have a chauffeur, like I didn't get an option for a personal chef, but they're like, yo, you have to have a chauffeur. You can never drive again. I'm basically the president. I can never drive again.
Which is crazy.
But you get to pick out like what car. I'm gonna say a jacked up fucking pink, like my Barbie,
Your Barbie Jeep
that I'm gonna have.
Your dream Jeep?
Yeah, you're just driving me around in that all the time.
That's pretty funny. They would know it's you too. People would know like, oh, she's going to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then I would just turn to
Groceries.
people and be like, I would love to drive it, but I'm not allowed to. I would be so annoying if I wasn't allowed to drive. Okay,
Good.
so if you had to have a chef, how would you want that to like work?
A chef?
Yeah, if you had to
Oh.
have a personal chef.
Oh, I would want options for sure. Just give me 2 options. Like, hey, you could either have this for breakfast or this for breakfast. And then I'd be like, okay, that. Like, I need options.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to be pinpointed in like one. Like, this is what you're having. Kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah, I'm down for that. Just tell me what I'm eating. I don't want to. I hate choosing food.
Yeah. That's
But,
okay. I'll
like-
be your food chooser.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather live without music or without television?
Oh my God, that one's such a fucked up question.
No, it's not. It's so easy for me.
Without television. I listen to music way too much as a self-soothing thing. Like, I could not, like, not
Yeah.
have music.
Of course, I'm gonna say without.
Television, right?
Well, what?
You would say, or I'm sorry, music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could listen to the TV forever. I can't listen to fucking music
Totally.
forever.
I can listen to music forever and ever. Yeah.
I'm the
that's
person
crazy.
that like on a flight, the only time I listen to music on a flight is if I'm reading,
Mhm.
and that's just because I need background noise.
Mhm.
But otherwise, like unless I'm actively reading, I'm not listening to music. And I'm only listening to music like if other people are around in the car, I'll listen to music, or if other people are around when I'm working out, I'll listen to music.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like if I'm working out or like typical
by yourself, yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm by myself or like in the car, I'm listening to podcasts.
I was going to say,
audiobooks.
you're listening to like people.
Rachel Maddow. She'll get you through a good workout.
Specifically Rachel.
Yeah. Yeah, you find people's like voices or like topics that are really interesting.
Yeah.
And like that'll get you through a workout. And so
Yeah.
even like when I do like the YouTube videos of like working out with them, I'll usually just pop in a headphone, or like when we're playing Animal Crossing.
Mhm.
I like to learn about communism and capitalism a lot during Animal Crossing because it's pretty similar.
Because it's synced up. The
yeah.
whole point of Animal Crossing is basically capitalism.
Yeah. So I like to like
Crazy.
learn about it while I'm playing it.
That's hecka funny, dude. Okay, number 3. Would you rather be able to talk with animals or speak every human language?
Ooh.
Isn't that a good one?
Fuck.
I'm
Talk with
struggling.
animals or speak every human language. Well, I mean, I can talk to our dogs.
Yeah,
and they're the
you're
only
good
ones. I just looked
translators.
over there and remembered that Guinness is in quarantine.
I know.
But fuck, dude, I don't know. I think I could have more impact talking to human beings.
Yeah.
I think I would end up really angry if I could talk to all the animals.
Oh.
Because then, I
Yeah.
would go to zoos and just let all of them out.
Mhm.
Yeah, that I think I would have more impact if I could like talk to every person.
I think I would do every
Like,
human language.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I think, I don't know, you would be able to like digest a lot more stories too.
Oh, yeah.
So much more history stories
and like
people.
movies in their correct, like original form.
Yeah, in their tone, and like you would be able
Yeah.
to just understand them.
Yeah, I think I
Amazing.
would do that. It
What's
would
the
be
first
more
one?
enjoyable.
Yeah, that's the first one we had the same answer to.
Okay, would you rather never be stuck in traffic again or never get another cold?
Never get another cold.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my God, come on now.
But
Why is that even a question?
hold up. What if that means every time you drive, you're stuck in traffic?
Okay, so that would be horrible. I just wouldn't drive at that point. I just wouldn't drive. I would have to live in a walkable city.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I'd have to be able to bike to
I
work.
like that. That's a good
Like I
workaround.
just would not
yeah.
be able to do. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it. But like getting a cold is the worst. I already have a lot of issues like staying at home when I'm sick. A lot of the times you need to tell me to stay at home.
Yeah. I used to be really bad. I was going to say I'm also terrible, but I'm not as terrible as now.
Not
Yeah.
anymore. Mm-hmm.
I've like grown enough now to be like, I'm fucking staying home. I'm sick.
Yeah, worked on it and healed
Yeah.
with it enough. I'm excited to be in an environment where it promotes your health over anything else.
Over capitalism.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
show up sick, people are going to be like, dude, go the fuck home, you weirdo. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
because
Like,
no one wants to see you when
being
you're
weird.
sick.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking see you.
Don't be
I
weird.
love you when you're sick, but like I love you when you're at home and you're sick and you're fucking
Yeah.
sleeping on the couch with Guinness.
Always sleeping.
Like, yeah, I don't like you at work when you're sick.
Totally.
That being said, I do miss you. Yeah, I would rather never get a cold again. That would be great. Oh,
Yeah, that's
see,
what I
I
prefer.
fucking turn my phone so it goes off.
That's okay.
Okay.
Would you rather spend a year living at sea or a year living in a space station?
Ooh, I'm gonna say, oh fuck, dude, that's hard.
I get motion sickness, so I don't know if I'd be able to handle living at sea, honestly. I feel like living in a space station would be dope. Because I wouldn't
And I
have
can't
to.
come to land.
When you're living in sea?
Yeah.
No, it's like a whole year without coming to land.
Fuck. Yeah, I get really motion sick, but the idea of being up in space, I would have nightmares. I don't know. Both of those are terrifying to
Because
me.
it's quiet. It's so quiet up there that you're like,
Well,
oh my God.
it's what, you and fucking 3 other people?
Yeah, just you and 3 other people.
So you get
That's
to pick your people.
it.
I'm adding a lot more to this question.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say you get to pick your crew and you get to pick your people up at the space station.
You're picking space?
I'm picking space. Yeah.
I don't know, because like, no, I would have to say C, because at least
C?
C I can go up and get like fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're gonna have some shitty times, but if it's like, okay, guaranteed you're safe,
Yeah.
nothing
Like
bad's
nothing
gonna
will happen.
happen.
Everyone's fine, and
Yeah,
you will come home after
you
a
get
year.
used to seasickness after a while. Your body
Do
gets,
you?
yeah, that's why you get your sea legs, and then they come on land and they're like, la 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 la. That's the noise their legs make, la 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 la. Yeah, I think I would have to choose, because like, I need to breathe fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's part, like we have our flight coming up and it's 13 hours
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to have to take like a fucking Percocet and an edible so I can fucking sleep a little bit, because I will start to like panic
Yeah.
up there where I'm like, we're not meant to be this high.
Mhm.
I'm fucking like not meant to be like in recycled air. And so I have to like take something to take the edge off. Otherwise, like I'm for sure the person that's like, can we open the door?
I just need to open the door so I can breathe.
Yeah, I'm like, I need fresh air. So I think I would do better if it was under the sea, because it just said at sea. If it was under the sea, then I would just not for either.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Both of them are the same.
I would not be able to do a submarine situation.
Yeah.
That would be fucking horrible. Absolutely not. But yeah, no, I would pick space. I don't think I'd be good with the ocean.
Why?
I just don't like that. Not a fan. Not a fan of everything in the ocean. Monster soup is what it's been called.
Monster soup?
Yeah. I love ocean critters, but yeah, I don't think I'd be able to live
Okay.
out in the sea. What was the next
Yeah.
one? 6?
Would you rather have a pause or rewind button
Oh,
in
pause
your life?
for sure. Pause for sure. I would
Really?
No, I would not do a rewind. Because I do think that, like, honestly, everything
No, you
that
can't
happens...
change it.
What?
It's just you're rewinding and watching it again or living it
Oh, is that
again.
what... Oh, okay.
That's what, yeah, it's not, you can't, when you rewind a movie, you're not like
Changing the future
changing
of
the fucking movie.
I'm kind of assuming it's like that Adam Sandler movie. Do you remember what that was?
Yes.
No, I still think I would
Do a
rather have
pause?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would do a rewind.
I think a pause would be better for me in situations where I get overwhelmed. So I just pause for a second. I'm like, okay, really think about this, process your feelings, and then I'd just be the most cool, calm, collected human being. Just because you guys had like a split second of me freaking out, then I processed it. Everyone's paused around me. I'm like, okay, let's breathe,
yeah, you'd
think
be
about
very
it.
zen.
Yeah, very zen. You would do rewind
Yeah, 100%.
to experience things again?
Yeah, I could see my dad again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see my brothers when they were little.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I could also how accurate I would be able to recall memories then.
oh, yeah.
Because I think about the first time I saw you, but I would be able to like go back
And, like, actually see me?
Yeah, and actually see you for the first time. And I could like go back and like, and also to be able to like have that perspective when you're like, oh, I thought that this, like in my memory, it went this way, but you can rewind it and be like, holy shit, you misread that whole situation. You've been carrying around a lot of animosity about this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's the same thing. Like yours would make you more zen. Mine would give me like perspective.
Oh,
So
I
would
like
say
that.
Yeah. but also I could like, see my dad again.
That'd be very
And like,
cool.
I would love to like go back and like, I don't know if it's like you get to like watch it or experience it, but like to go back and like experience like me and like Hedge when I was younger, like
Yeah.
that'd be dope
That's really
to just
sweet.
like watch like the two
with
of
your
us interact.
adult eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be
Yeah.
like, oh, interesting.
Like that's really cute.
Lots of perspective.
Oh, you're number 7. We're blasting through.
Hell yeah. Number
We also
7.
have to pack up Caboose to get him on an airplane.
We
so.
do. It's going to be a shorter episode. Would you rather always be slightly underdressed or overdressed?
Overdressed.
For every occasion? Same.
Look, I'm going to be completely honest. I would love to be Rebecca from Ted Lasso. I would
Absolutely.
love to always wear fancy shit. But it just doesn't feel correct on me. So if it was like, hey, you have no other option, you're always going to be wearing, like, if I had
Button ups.
like in the world that we live in, I would love to always wear button ups and wear shit like that. But then I wear it and I feel weird, and people treat me weird when I like dress up. And if I like dress like a chick, or specifically when I dress like in like nicer clothes, people are fucking weird to me.
Totally. Yeah.
So I'm like, it sucks because I would love to be able to do that. The closest thing I have to that is like when we're dressed as Barbies.
Yeah.
We're
And
like,
okay, great. This is what we're
Weirdly,
supposed to-
people like treat us differently, but in like the best way I can describe it is a Disney princess way. So it's not that people like don't know what to do to be like, wait, but you have like a mohawk and like you don't look like a fancy person. You don't carry yourself fancy. Why are you dressed fancy? But for some reason, when we're dressed as Barbie,
Yeah.
everyone's like, yep, that's correct.
That makes sense. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I'd rather be overdressed as well.
Oh shit. That just reminded me. So we were on the Mario Kart ride, and the guy in the Mario Kart ride said that I made him think of pink. So that was dope.
That was a
I
really
thought he
cool
said
compliment.
Princess Peach. Because I thought he just said peach and not pink.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's right, bitch, I'm Princess Peach.
Peach.
And I said that to you, and he said, no, you look like pink. And I was like, that's
I was
even
like,
better.
That's an even
Thank
better
you.
compliment. I was
Yeah,
like, that's so
I'll take that.
fucking nice. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd much rather be overdressed because I think that like at some point people in your life get used to it and they're just like, yeah, she just always looks that way. She always looks
Yeah,
put
she's
together.
always fabulous.
Yeah, always looks fabulous, always looks put together. And there's no, I don't know. I hate being underdressed for things.
Ooh,
the shame that I feel being underdressed.
I do not like being underdressed.
No.
Like at all.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that. So
No. Okay. Would you rather explore a new planet or the deepest parts of the ocean?
oh my God, a new planet.
Yeah, same. I would rather go to a new planet. I'm not trying to, it's so weird because I'm like, I'd rather be on the sea. But I've seen too many movies, and
In the
don't
sea.
fucking come for me. I'm aware that like lots of movies exist in space. But for some reason, going and exploring a new planet seems more okay to me than
Yeah.
going like under.
That's just
No.
not for me. Leave it to the scientists
Yes.
of that world. I'm okay with like I just want to be on land. I don't want to experience whatever the
wanna
fuck's
swim.
going down here. And also submarines freak me out. No, thank
Yeah.
you. I'm good. I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine.
I like any more. Did you previously
In my
want
past life. I'm kidding.
to? In your past life, you were a submarine?
I was a submarine.
Yes.
I was the vessel that carried.
Were you
People.
the submarine that exploded?
Yes.
Okay, that makes
100%.
sense.
Yep.
Imploded? I think it imploded.
Imploded. Yeah.
Okay.
Implosion is really cool. Anyways. Think about an explosion. It's
But
literally
the
just,
other way.
literally just the other way. It's so fucking cool. You just get crushed, fucking vaporized. Okay. Would you rather have a completely automated home or a self-cleaning house?
Okay, so
What do you mean by automated home?
I think like the shutters and shit
Oh,
open
like
and close.
doing
Yeah,
everything.
I feel like this is a very gendered question.
I
if
know,
I'm being completely
right?
honest. Because the men in my life have always been like, oh, I want gadgets and fucking thingamabobs
Totally.
and shit like that. That's not me.
Yeah.
I personally would rather have a self-cleaning home. I'm probably still going to like clean occasionally just because that is also my form of stimming.
Yeah.
So like when I have like the wigs and I need to like move.
I assume when they say self-cleaning house, it's maybe twice a day. So you would still be able to clean in between that. Maybe twice. I kind of think
Oh
it'd be
no,
once a day.
if I got to fucking have it, if it was like a self-cleaning home, that bitch would have clean walls. It would clean its own walls. It would clean its floor. floor.
How
it would
often?
leave nothing
Oh, okay. Nice.
ever.
Yeah.
Like every
Always-
time you leave that would be my ideal.
Always a show home.
That's why I like staying in a hotel versus an Airbnb.
Totally.
Because when you come back and the bed's made,
Oh, the best.
bitch.
The best.
I do not like to make a bed. I'm fine with doing it, but it's whatever. And I'm never going to put in the same effort that like house cleaning is going to come and do. Because like if there is, I would pay good money for someone to come make my bed every day.
Oh, for
For
sure.
me to get in fresh sheets like that. Oh my God. Yeah. So if I have a self-cleaning home, I want it to be like top of the line. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say it is a very gendered question because
Yeah.
I think most women would absolutely say self-cleaning house. I'm going to say self-cleaning house. That'd be dope. I fucking am a dirty bitch. So
that's accurate.
yeah, I'm messy.
Which let me just state really fast. It frustrates me that because of pretty privilege, everyone thinks that she is incredibly clean
like put together,
and
organized.
put together and organized. And that is pure fucking pretty privilege. Whereas I am the person that goes and cleans her fucking booth because I'm like, you dropped an ink spot on the wall. However, I will add this. This is specifically, we're going to talk tattoos for a second.
Oh, pleasant surprise.
Yeah. On a podcast titled Tattoos. But we were just painting the shop, you know, to close it down and stuff. And I was laughing because when I was painting Callie's wall, it's got like lots of stains because if you have ever worked with tattoo ink, you know that once it like touches the surface, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And if you've ever like done conventions or guest spots, when you come back and you open your bottles, if you're at different altitudes, that shit explodes.
Yep.
So she had like a bunch of fucking spots from where like inks exploded. And I was like painting her wall, like laughing because I'm like, how did you get an ink spot all the way over here? And then I went to mine and I don't know how tall our ceilings were.
I don't
But they were
remember
fairly
either.
fucking tall.
Like at least like I would say at least like 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
At minimum.
Babe, how tall were our ceilings at the shop? We're leaving this in the podcast. 10 feet?
Nice.
I feel like they were more than 10 feet.
Yeah. They're at least 10 feet.
At least 10 feet.
Yeah.
I had an ink spot, like just little gray wash spot that was about a foot from the ceiling.
Dude.
That when I went to go paint, I was like, that was the only ink spot on my wall, by the way. But yeah, so I think that's kind of fucked that like I am basically her self-cleaning. And I don't mind that because again, I love cleaning. But yeah, it's kind of like a fucked up thing that everyone just assumes that you would be like
For
much
sure.
like cleaner and organized than me.
I had an ex-coworker because I was laughing and I showed him my binder and I was like, oh my God, look, all the pages are literally not even in the binder. They're just like stacked and then thrown in the binder.
And then what happens to that binder?
Lou always steals it when I leave it unattended because I typically will just live like that for like, I will live like that forever if it weren't for Lou. I just like sort through it. when
And
I
it's
look.
so good because what I would do is I would come home and her like backpack would be open
Slightly
and I'm not allowed to open her backpack. That's like a boundary I have is like I'm not going in her room and I'm not opening her backpack.
But if the backpack's
But if
open
the
and
backpack's
out-
open and you can see the binder that has 52 contact request forms
Yes.
and like consultation forms and all the paperwork for tattoos that are going on. And then some of them have dates on them.
some of them don't.
Some of them don't. There's a pile of sticky notes that have dates at the bottom where they obviously had dates, but the sticky notes fallen off and it's been crammed at the bottom. And then I get to just like pull out a cup of coffee, throw something on the telly, lay out all the paperwork.
I don't know why you like that.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah, but
it is straight dopamine. To organize paperwork, so good. And it's not your own paperwork. So you're
it's
not
better.
you're not thinking about like, oh, that's that client, that's this piece. So you're not doing any labor. You're just like, hey, this is a date. This goes here. And there's no like nothing like for your brain to like fixate on besides the date. Because otherwise, if it's your own paperwork,
yeah.
you're thinking about the fact that you're like, I still have to like prep that piece. What am I going to do with
I
this
met
design?
this person at this point.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this consultation went well. It didn't go well. This consultation was kind of awkward.
And so it's
like
the best because you just get to like organize while watching telly.
Yeah, I had an ex-coworker
Phenomenal.
look at my binder and I was like laughing, showing it to him, and he was like, oh, that's very unlike you. And I'm like, no, it is very much like me. Which is funny. I'm like, oh, you assume that like like I would have it organized. Absolutely not.
Just because that bitch has got perfect eyeliner
Does
and
not
like
mean
the bomb outfits does not mean her
No.
binder is organized.
Yeah, y'all should see my room. I kept calling it the trash pile at one point. There's not actual trash. There's just shit everywhere, you know? Like
It's just random stuff.
my clothes and just random shit
just
everywhere.
random stuff like in little piles on the floor.
Yeah, it's never in the center or off to the side of the floor. It's always random shit
Yeah.
just on the floor. So
And if you walk into our room, there's like nothing. Like
Yeah.
it's very minimalistic. Like
I pity the person who I'm going to have to marry because I have to learn how to not do that. So
no, because Caboose does that. I just pick up after him. And if you have a good marriage, they don't mind doing it.
that's fair.
Okay, so then this leads us to the last question,
Okay.
which is, would you rather be an unknown superhero or a famous villain?
Unknown superhero.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a famous villain. This country is full of them. That's
yeah,
why
I
we're
was about
leaving.
to say, like, no, I don't want any. I don't want to be a bad person. I also I think this is also kind of like gender coded, because it's assuming that you want to be famous. If you're like, I don't know, regardless of being a good guy or a bad guy, do you want to be famous? Is essentially the question. I don't.
Yeah,
We're good with that.
yeah. I would rather people not know who I am.
Yeah.
Except for like the individual people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And just be able to do good things.
Yep.
Because like that's kind of the whole point of like you like create spaces for people to be safe, not so that way people can be like, oh my God, I feel safe in this space, but so that way you've just created a space.
Yeah.
And like I want to make money so that way I can then distribute more money out to people.
Yep. Totally.
Like that's it. Like it's not to like be like, oh, please like know me.
no.
Like no.
We're here to lift each other up at the end of the day. But yeah.
However, I do enjoy all the content about the supervillains that we currently have in this country. So I do think that would be like a fun alternate reality to watch because it's basically like a roast. That if you were a supervillain, like we were watching, I think it was The Daily Show.
Yeah. Mhm.
And they're making fun of like, you know, the fucking president's best friend.
Muskrat.
And there you go. The rat boy. And I was like, that makes me think of it where I'm like, I don't actually want to be a villain,
No.
but I would love to like see the stuff that people would make fun of me for. I think that would be super fun.
I know there's jokes in there somewhere. I don't know
Yes.
what they would say, but I know it'd be hilarious.
And I think that would be super fun because like we all, you know, everyone made fun of him with his like silly little tummy and like all of that stuff. And I think that would be super fun.
everything
to just-
about him is so funny.
I think maybe I just like being roasted actually.
just just roast me.
Yeah,
At the
just
end of the
roast
day, I just
me.
want to be roasted.
Yes.
Hilarious.
So on that note, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think
You
so.
don't have any questions for me? Not a
What was
single
your win
question.
for the week?
Bitch, that's a pussy ass question.
What question do you have for me, Hooker?
I didn't have a question.
There we go. See?
I could think of one.
Okay, think of it.
Contacts or glasses? Which do you prefer?
I think I prefer contacts. Honestly, just because I feel like I look prettier with contact lenses.
Oh, I love you with glasses too.
Thank you. I
though.
appreciate it. You know what's hilarious is that every single person who like typically wears contact lenses, the second they put on glasses, I have never not once thought that they are less attractive with glasses on. I've always been like, oh my God, your glasses are so cute.
Oh, that's your internalized patriarchy that you
Probably.
think you're less pretty with glasses.
I think so. It like changes the shape
It's
of
like
my
the
face.
Barbie
For
movie.
me, probably. I don't know. I think it
Take
changes
off
the shape
glasses.
of my face.
Yeah, but I think it changes your face in a fun way.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. In
Like
a
it's
fun
like
way?
wearing it's like wearing
little
a hat.
accessory. Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
little accessory.
Or like
is all.
putting on like a bold lip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's the same thing because to me when you have glasses on it really like accentuates your eyeballs.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I also
Yeah.
feel like, I don't know, it's hard to find glasses that you're like, this is the pair that I'm going to die in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like these ones I particularly love. If I
thanks.
saw these on a shelf because it's like a rim and then like a larger black rim around
Two
them,
rims.
I would probably on a shelf. But I also feel like both of us have that same quality of like I would look at that and be like, that's ugly. No.
And then the second you put it on, you're like, God
And
damn
I'm like,
it.
dude, that works.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast. I used to go prom dress shopping with like my friends.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was like, here's the deal. So there's a weird thing about me and I don't know exactly what it is. But I can put on like the most ridiculous clothes. Like if you see it and you're like that neon green dress
It was hideous.
hideous. And I put it on and people are like, why does that look good? What the fuck?
Totally.
And it's not that I'm like, oh my God, I feel comfortable in this. It's just that
It genuinely just works.
yeah. And it's the same way with like you with glasses is like the weirder the glasses, the more I'm like, that's 100% your style.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I just want to
So-
find a pair of glasses where I'm like, oh, these are the ones, you know, but
Yeah.
I just haven't yet. They're also just really expensive in the States, and I pay to get my lenses thinner, and they're still hella thick because my eyes do not work. So it's just hard for me. I don't know.
I love a thick lens.
Do you really?
Yeah, when we were watching The Daily Show earlier, and you got to see like Desi's like because she like turned her head and she was wearing her glasses
You
and they
can
were
see
super
how thick
thick.
they are,
And
yeah.
I don't know why. I just think that that's like one of the like, I don't want to say cute in like a demeaning way,
No,
but
totally.
like I fucking love it. Like a thick lens.
Those are
I'm like,
real.
you are so fucking smart. Like that's it.
You prefer glasses though, no?
I would love to wear glasses, but I feel like a fraud because
I'm
have
sorry I made that a thing for you. I did say I was all like, oh, what? So my disability is
Oh,
a fashion statement?
No, you didn't make it a thing. It is a thing because anytime I'm like, oh no, I want to wear glasses, people are always just like, well, you just fucking wait. And I'm like, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And I personally don't see how, because like when I do wear glasses, I like the way that my face is like framed with glasses better.
Totally.
Because otherwise I tend to look a lot egg-like. So when you put glasses on, it like widens out that like narrowest point where my temples are.
Egg-like?
Yeah, I'm just a walking egg. It's fine. And so I do like the way in like for me looking back, like my mom had glasses, my dad had glasses.
Yeah.
So like glasses are like something that was just really like nice. And I loved hearing them like bitch about trying to find their glasses.
Oh, dude, it's hard in the morning where you're like this. Just like, literally, I feel like Velma.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh my fucking God, where are my glasses?
But like if you don't know that struggle, it's just adorable.
yeah, that's true.
It's not a bad thing.
That is true.
So, okay. What was your win for the week?
My win for the week was not crying when we dropped off the girls. I, again, was being very brave. I was
You
being
were very brave.
Brave human because I didn't want the girls to freak out.
Yeah.
So,
I just gave them a bunch of food.
nice.
So that way they would just both be like, I'm so full. What the fuck is happening?
Oh, totally. Yeah, when I walked them, it was evident. Bailey was like, what the fuck, auntie?
Because they're not going to eat for fucking like the next 20 hours. And if you know anything about our dog Guinness, like Guinness is a fucking queen of eating. Like that bitch is snatch, but loves to eat. That is her love language.
Yeah, foodie girl.
Yeah. And so I wanted to like make sure that they were comfy, that they weren't going to be super hungry during their flight. Because I don't like being hungry.
Fuck no. Absolutely
So
not. How about
yeah,
you?
that was a good win. You did a good job of that.
Thank you. Brave face.
I think my win was not yelling at the pet people.
Dude, God, they are
Because it's been an
horrible.
absolute nightmare. We're going to go on a baby tangent. We talked about this before the episode.
Yeah.
But all the customer service that we've been dealing with in the States about this international move, from our moving company trying to charge us for mistakes they made, to the pet moving company that has not provided any sort of information and like multiple times. And at this point, like if you were to read my emails, I absolutely sound like a fucking Karen when I'm like, hey, this is the problem, is that I ask questions and you don't answer them. And like they kept asking for stuff super last minute. So like literally yesterday when the dogs are flying out today, or for you guys in the past, they asked us for copies of our passports. It's like, we've been doing this song and dance for over 6 months now. Why are you just now asking me for this?
Yeah, it's freaky,
And
right?
we got paired with someone who is incredibly incompetent, and I do not enjoy people that are not good at their job.
Oh, for
especially
sure.
if I'm paying for a service. I
a fuck
expect
ton of
you-
money, by the way.
Yes, I expect you to be good at your job.
God.
And so far, every on this side of the world, every person we dealt with that is American that's been helping with this move has been absolutely atrocious. However, the people in New Zealand that we've been like, we emailed our quarantine place and they emailed back 5 minutes later and were like, honestly, like maybe Americans consider over explaining. I want more information. And they gave us tons of information and like let us know like everything. And anytime we have a question, they're more than happy to answer it. And if you're like, well, I don't want business like that, I would then say, if you're a client of ours, you know that we provide lots of extra information. So maybe you do want that. But it's been an incredibly frustrating like process. And the woman that I've been dealing with this whole time, that like the last email I sent last night, and then finally her supervisor responded to the email where I was like, you didn't answer any of my previous questions about the drop off that's happening tomorrow that I need to know information for. Then her supervisor emailed, but she had waited until, and this has happened on multiple occasions, she waited until a minute before she clocks out to send me an email. So that way she doesn't get a response email.
Yep.
And so like it took all of my might to just like bottle it up when this lady walks up and is trying to, while we are like exchanging the dogs and there's chaos and there's emotions and stuff, and she's just like mumbling on about it, to not just be like, can you go away, please? No one here likes you. You're bad at your job. Stop doing this. But I was like, I just had to turn to my husband and be like, can you just pay attention to whatever the fuck she's saying? Because I can't right now. Like, I'm trying to prevent them from choking my dog on this slip lead. Like, it was, that was my win, was not just like going off on her in person.
Yep.
Because it has been such a horrible experience. And then to like release our dogs into their care has been a borderline traumatic experience.
Yeah, it's been freaky. I don't really feel comfortable. And I think that's why it makes it so hard, is because this is like the only company that will do like this kind of international thing. And they're just so incompetent.
Yeah.
That, like, you're like, okay, so I'm entrusting you with my dog's safety, but like, holy fuck, it's like pulling teeth working with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough.
It's been bad. So needless to say, I'm looking forward to not working with American companies.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Because our moving company has been the same thing.
That's also a good win.
So yeah.
There you go.
So on that note, next time, well, technically when you guys get this, we'll actually be in New Zealand. But next time you hear from us, we will officially live there and be in there. And we'll talk about like what the process is like. And we are here to answer questions from our perspective. Obviously, we're not experts. We haven't moved to New Zealand a bunch of times before. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave comments, reach out. Harass either one of us. We have all of our social media below.
Yep.
And on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
From Down Under.
Holy shit.